Welcome to Musical Menagerie, a wonderful program about music put on by the El Paso Independent School District. My name is Mrs. Mouse, and some of you have seen me at your elementary schools with the mobile music van. And I invite you all to join us today with our studio friends to sing and dance and have a little fun with music, learn a little bit more. And I have 3 students with me today from Edgar Park School that are going to help me out. And let me introduce them. The first one's name is Tanner. And Tanner, tell me something about yourself.
I like playing football with my spare time with my friend Taylor Harmon, John Inman, and some of my other friends, and sometimes even soccer.
You do soccer and football, so you like sports a lot, huh?
Yes,
well,
ma'am.
Good. Thank you for being with us. And our next friend is Nicholas. So Nicholas, how about you? What do you like to do?
Well, in my spare time, I like to ride bikes or rollerblade with my friends.
So you like sports too, just some different things. And are you pretty careful with those rollerblades and bikes?
Uh-huh.
Good. And our third friend that we have today is Taylor. Now, Taylor, tell me about yourself.
Well, like Tanner said, I like to play football for my spare time with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I also like to ride my bike and rollerblade too.
So you just do a little bit of everything. You like to get out and get moving around. So all you guys like sports too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to enjoy your help today then on the show. So thank you for being with us. And let's start the show and get a little bit of moving. We don't want to sit down too long, so why don't you all get off the block, and anyone else that wants to participate, please get out of your desk, get out of your couch, and we're going to move to the beat of some music. We're just going to move our body to that pulse of the music. Let's start snapping first. Good, and you can even tap your foot. Get your shoulders involved. And your head. Can you go up, down, and put your hands on your head. Good. And then on your shoulders and waist and knees. Good. And waist and shoulders. Can you move to one side and other? One and the other. Good. Oh, I like it. You can wiggle in there. And snap, 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 snap. Good. And up. Can you wiggle your head a little bit? Good. And hands on the shoulders. Good. Clap. Good. Can you just do a knee bend? Get our knees going there. Good. Very good. You got the idea. Good. Very good. Good. And can you just kind of do a little bit of wiggling any way you want. It's easy to move. You just kind of get that feel of it. That's that beat. Good. I like it. Good. And then you can just snap again. Does that sound funny? Good. Do you do that? Yeah, yeah. And just one side and the other. Good. Good. And just wiggle one foot and the other foot. Push your hands in front, like you're swimming almost, or pushing something away. Good, I like it. Very good, you got the idea. Good, guys, we got a lot of beat there. Good, now we can have a seat and get back. You got the idea. Good, you got the beat down very well. That was that pulse. You have no trouble feeling it. Most kids don't. And then we're going to do a little bit of review on rhythm and the difference between beat and rhythm. Beat was that steady pulse we just felt in the music and moved to. And rhythm are patterns of sound and silence in music. And they don't have to be even or steady. So we're going to do some patterning with our beat, which is not the rhythm, but beat is the steady pulse we just felt in the music. And then we're going to do the rhythm, which was that pattern of sound that we can listen to in music or clap to. It can be any kind of pattern. Short, long, no sound at all. And I'm going to let you each take an instrument that we have, a drum across from you. So I'll give you this very tall instrument, Taylor, and I will give you this Navajo drum, Nicholas, and then I'm going to give you the bongo drums, Tanner. And then you're going to put those kind of maybe under one arm, and you guys are going to try to tap a rhythm pattern that I'm going to play. I'm going to clap it, and then you're going to copy me. You listen. I will clap first, and then you're going to see if you can play the very same thing, tapping it on your drum, either with your hand or, Nicholas, with your mallet. Or you could do it on a desk or on a school box or a lunch box. Ready? I'll go first. Now you. Good, another one. Now you. Now you. Good, now I'm going to make it a little bit trickier. Get ready to listen. Now you. That's a little trickier when I throw in that extra little pause or that rest. When I pull my hands apart, that would be the rest. And it's a little bit trickier when I do that, isn't it? That's what we have in music. And now let me show you what it looks like a little bit to see what it might be on a piece of paper. Now, many times you will see a note that may look like this, and we would call that a quarter note. And what we're going to do is when we see this picture, we're going to clap or hit your instrument one time, and we can say ta at the same time. Ta, like you see there. This other picture is going to be what we call a rest. And when you see this, you don't make any sound. You don't play your instrument, you don't clap, you make no sound. So this would be ta, and I made no sound. I just pointed to that. Let's see if you guys can do just this right now. So when I point to the ta, you play your instrument. When I point to the rest, no sound. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I tricked you a little bit, didn't I? Okay, let me show you a picture of a pattern that is going to have some notes on it. And they're going to be right here. We're going to follow it across left to right. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Pretty good. And can we say ta with it? Go. Ta, 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 ta. Very good. You hit for every one because we had 4 symbols that were the same. That's good. Now I'm going to show you another symbol here and see if you can get this one. We're still using that quarter note and that rest. So look at the next one. And we have this first. And I'll go about this speed. I'll move about this speed across. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, ta, ta. That's hard. What is this one here? This one is the rest, so we don't make any sound, do we? We'd go ta, then a rest, rest, ta. Let's try again. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, ta. Very good. Now let me do one more with you. See if you can do one last one. And we're going to do the same speed. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, ta. Pretty good. You got that first. We had a ta, then a rest, ta, then a rest. You've just done a little bit of reading music, rest and notes. So that's our rhythm for today. Now the next thing we're going to do today, we're going to be working with some singing of melody and using some signs and hand signs. So we probably do not need our drums anymore. So would you boys put the drums back? We won't need those right now. Thank you. And then we're going to use our hands, our hands to do some signs. We kind of call it sign language singing. So put your hand out in front of you. And I'm going to give you an example first. I'll show you how we're going to do it. And I think I'll start maybe on this note. And I'm going to do it like this. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. We're moving our voice in different directions, aren't we? Have you ever tried to move your voice up high? Let's try very low and go low. Can you do that? Low. Your voice does work. Good. Now this time you're going to put your hand out in front of you and you're going to do the signs with me. This is do and you're going to sing do. Do. Then we move our hands slanted and we go re, re. Then perfectly flat. Mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Good. Let's try it one more time. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Now that's some sign language singing, and we're going to watch a high school group, Jefferson Silva High School Choir, and their director is Mr. Elvin Porflet, and we're very grateful to them for helping us out. And you're going to see that even high school they use those same kinds of signs to do the singing. Did you notice the different voices in there and how they use those sign languages? They were doing the same thing we were doing. They were just skipping around a little bit. And they were going do, re, mi, fa, so, fa, mi, re, do. Could we do just that part?
Okay.
Do, re, mi, fa, so, fa, mi, re, do. And then they skipped around. And it was a little tricky. It was do, mi, so, mi, do. Then they were skipping with their voices, and you can do those kinds of things just like they can. And they start learning and practice with that. And if you noticed, you heard some different voices in there. Did you hear some voices that sounded sort of maybe high to you, and some voices that sounded kind of low? In high school, many of the gentlemen that sing have had their voices change. So they sound more like men than they do younger children. Younger children tend to sound like women because their voices are higher then. So we're going to listen a little bit today to some voices of male singers and female singers, just to get an idea of how these different voices sound. And we'll just listen to two sets right now that are also from Jefferson Silva.
Tarzan,
Tarzan,
swinging on a rubber band.
swinging on a rubber band.
Tarzan,
Tarzan,
fell into a frying pan.
fell into a frying pan.
Jane,
Jane,
flying in an airplane.
flying in an airplane.
Jane,
Jane,
crashed into a freeway lane.
crashed into a freeway lane.
Did you like that? That's a funny song, isn't it? Tarzan, swinging on a rubber band. Can you sing that with me? Let's do that. Tarzan, swinging on a rubber band. And then they did Tarzan, fell into a frying. Yeah! Tarzan, fell into a frying pan. Can you get a good picture with that in your mind? Did you notice those different voices there? One was higher than the other. The boys had the lower voices. Let's listen to three more sets of students, the male and the female voices. And I want you to notice they might be singing the same melody, but one of them is singing it a little bit lower and one is singing it a little bit higher. So let's listen to that.
Tarzan,
Tarzan,
swinging on a rubber band.
swinging on a rubber band.
Tarzan,
Tarzan,
fell into a frying pan.
fell into a frying pan.
Cheetah,
Cheetah,
rocking to the beat-a.
rocking to the beat-a.
Cheetah,
Cheetah,
got caught by an amoeba.
got by an amoeba. Tarzan,
Tarzan,
swinging on a rubber band.
swinging on a rubber band.
Tarzan,
Tarzan,
fell into a frying pan.
fell into a frying pan.
Did you notice those different sounds? They're so different. And they have funny words to those songs too. There's a funny song about Jane flying into an airplane and a cheetah rocking to the beat-a. So those are all kinds of different funny words they've used to sing some different things. Now, if you notice, the girls were singing the higher parts and the guys were singing the lower parts. So what I'm going to do is let us practice a little bit, just listening to some higher and lower sounds that I'm going to play on the piano. Now, I'm going to play some pitches, and I'm going to have my helpers here put their hands on their head like this if they're going to hear a high sound, which might be like this. That might be something that is a higher sound. And then when they think it's a lower sound, they're going to put their hands on their waist. And that's what they're going to do, and it might sound like this. Now, no, you at home will not be able to see the piano, so you won't know where I am. And I'm going to ask my helpers here, kind of close your eyes and let's see if you can do this without looking. So I'm going to play some pitches and you get ready. Hands on your head if it's high, hands on your waist if it's low. Begin. Yeah, that was right. It was a low sound, very low. Very good. Another low sound. Here's a different sound. You heard a big difference right away. That was a high sound. Good. Very good. Oh, right away. That seems very high. If you were trying to sing that, that'd be really screechy. That was harder, and you know why that was a little harder? It's in the middle. So that's why that one's harder for you. And that's very good. You caught on to that pretty well. We wouldn't know whether to call that low or high. Very good. Yeah, maybe we should do that if it's in the middle. Oh, I like that idea. Oh, that was a very good idea. All right, next time, now what we're going to have you try to do is try to sing, let's sing the Tarzan Swinging on a Rubber Band in the girls' range, and then we're going to try to sing it as if our voices changed. So I'm going to play it right here. Let's try about here. No, maybe a little bit higher than that. Tarzan, swinging on a rubber band. Tarzan fell into a frying pan. Good. Now let's try to sing that in the range that a man might sing it or a boy whose voice has changed. Tarzan. Can you do that again? Try that. It's very hard. Tarzan. What did he do? Swinging on a rubber band. Tarzan fell into a frying pan. Yeah, your voice wants to go down, your chin wants to go down. It's hard to sing like that now because our voice isn't in that range yet. That's kind of the difference that you're going to feel. Now, that was a fun little experiment to do. Now we're going to try and listen to two different girls singing. We have sopranos and altos are two different girl voice parts because even girls or people with higher voices, children with higher voices, might have a little bit of difference. Some might be able to sing higher than others. So we're going to listen to two sets of girls. One is a soprano and one is an alto.
Tarzan, swinging on a rubber band. Tarzan, swinging on a rubber band. Tarzan fell into a frying pan.
Jane, flying in an airplane. Jane, crashed into a freeway lane.
Jane, flying in an airplane. Jane, crashed into a freeway lane.
Now, did you hear the difference between those two voices? The girls were singing, the soprano was singing a little bit higher. She was singing like this. Jane, flying in an airplane. You want to try to sing that with me, guys? Try that. Jane, flying in an airplane. Pretty good. Now let's try to sing like the alto did. And let's sing, Jane, crashed into a freeway lane. Try to sing a little lower. Ready? Go with me. Jane, crashed into a freeway lane. Did you feel a little difference in your voices when you were singing the higher and then lower part? Good. Well, now we're going to have those girls sing in unison, and unison singing means they sing the same notes, the same pitches, and they sing at the same rhythm. Everything is the same. That would be the unison. Then they're going to sing the same thing when it's not unison, called harmony. Harmony is when the soprano sings her part a little higher and the alto sings her part a little bit lower. It's two different notes being sung together at the same time. That's harmony. Let's listen to the soprano and alto.
Tarzan, swinging on a rubber band.
That's unison.
Tarzan fell into a frying pan.
That's harmony. Now, did you hear a difference with that? Did You hear it a little, it sounds even prettier when we have all those different sounds. So that's kind of something you think about as you get better and better at music. You guys can sing a little bit more with harmony and not just singing in unison all the time. Now we're going to be listening to 2 different voice parts for men. And for men, the 2 different voice parts that we could listen to are tenor and bass. A tenor sings higher for a male voice, and a bass sings lower. So we'll listen to those 2 voices now.
Tarzan, swinging on a rubber band. Tarzan fell into a frying pan.
That's our bass.
Tarzan, swinging on a rubber band.
And that's a tenor.
Tarzan fell into a frying pan. Jane, flying in an airplane. Jane crashed into a freeway lane. Jane, flying in an airplane. Jane crashed into a freeway lane.
There, now we had our tenor and our bass. Do you think it's a little harder to listen to the tenor and the bass and hear a difference with them? Or harder for the soprano and the alto? What do you think about it?
The tenor and the bass.
Now, why do you think that's harder to hear the difference between those?
Because, like you said, when men get older, their voice starts changing, and they're just like, they're almost the same.
So they all sound low to you because we're not used to that, right?
And there's a difference between alto and soprano and bass and tenor.
Yeah, and there's a difference between all of those. That's right. So it's a little bit harder, though, to hear that, isn't it?
Right.
We have a little bit of a tricky time. Now, we're going to listen to the tenor and the bass singing unison and then harmony also, because they can do the same thing. And remember, unison was when they sing what?
At the same time.
Same time and the same notes, same part. You know, the melody's the same. And then when we sing in harmony, which they will sing second, that is when you sing 2 or more different notes at the same time. So we're going to hear unison and harmony now with the gentleman.
Cheetah, rocking to the beat of. Cheetah, cockapine amoeba.
Now did you hear the difference again? They sound really nice, but it's still a little different, isn't it? Well, we're going to see how well you've been listening today, and I'm going to get you some chalkboards here, and we're going to write on the chalkboards some that you listen to, and I'm not going to show you the pictures of the people singing. So we're going to do writing on these chalkboards.
Thank you.
Or papers. Feel free to join in with papers. And you're going to write a large letter F if it's a female voice that you hear, and a large letter M if you think you hear a male voice. And we're going to listen to about 5 different voices. And write real big on your chalkboard. Let's listen to the very first one. F if it's female, M if it's male.
Swinging on a rubber band. Swinging on a rubber band.
Go ahead and write down what you think, and then show us what you found out, what you think about it. Okay, you think it was a male? Well, let's see who that was. Let's see if that was a male.
Swinging on a rubber band.
You were right. Yeah, you got that. Very good. Now, that was the first one. Go ahead and erase. I'll give you some tissues, and we can erase what we've got there. One more. And you're going to erase that, and we'll get ready for the next one. Let's listen to the second one now.
Rockin' to the beat of. Rockin' to the beat of.
Did you get it figured out? Go ahead and turn it around when you think you got it. You think it was a female, all right. Let's see. Let's find out if that was a female or not. Let's go ahead and look.
Rockin' to the beat of.
You were right. You got it. Very good. Go ahead and erase, and we'll get to the next one. Number 3. You're
To a
catching on.
frying pan.
Ah.
Fell into a frying pan.
Got that on there? Good. Turn it around. And what have you got there? Oh, female. Do you think that one was a pretty easy one to tell? Let's find out.
Fell into a frying pan. Fell into a...
Ah, very good. You got it. And that was higher, so we could tell right away. It's those middle ones that are tricky. Let's listen to the next one.
Flying in an airplane. Flying in an airplane.
Ah, you're getting good at this, huh? I think so. Male, let's find out.
Flying in an airplane.
Yeah, you were right. You're very good. And one more. Let's listen to one more and see how that goes. That
Fell
one.
into a frying pan. Fell into a frying pan.
Okay, did you get that? And F for female. You think it's female. Well, let's just check this last one out.
Fell into a frying pan.
Ah, yes.
Fell into a frying pan.
Very good. Well, you've gotten used to listening, and that's wonderful. And you can try some of those same things in your classroom or at home. What we're going to do next is listen to some soprano, alto, tenor, and bass, all four of those voice parts now together. So you can put your chalkboard down, and we're going to listen to them and see how they sound when they're singing together. Because now we're going to have actually 4 parts to listen to. So let's listen to them. And they get ready.
Swinging on a rubber band.
Now that was just the sopranos and altos.
Tarzan fell into a frying pan.
Tenor, bass. Yeah, that's those parts together. Now, you can put all of it together, and you can even add musical instruments like drums or anything else to have a little fun with some rhythm and beat with a song. So Mr. Porflet has put the whole song of Tarzan swinging on a rubber band and Jane flying into an airplane all on one song. And you'll hear how it sounds with the bass, the tenor, the alto, and the soprano, and a drum. Let's see how that goes. And if you think you can sing along, try.
Swinging on a rubber band.
Swinging on a rubber band.
Fell into a frying pan.
Fell into a frying pan.
Now Tarzan has a tan.
Now Tarzan has a tan. Jane.
Flying in an airplane.
Crash into a freeway lane.
Now Jane has a pain.
Now Jane has a pain.
Now Tarzan has a tan.
Now Tarzan has a tan.
Cheetah,
Cheetah,
rocking to the beat of.
rockin' to the beat of.
Cheetah,
Cheetah,
got caught by an amoeba.
got caught by an amoeba.
Now Cheetah is Velveeta.
Now Cheetah is Velveeta.
Now Jane has a pain.
Now Jane has a pain.
Now Tarzan has a tan.
Now Tarzan has a tan.
Now my story's at an end.
Now my story's at an end.
Wow, what'd you guys think of that? All those parts together. You think maybe you might want to do that sometime?
And they added stuff too.
Oh, what did they add? What did you notice they add?
They added some, like Tarzan got a 10,
Ah, good.
Jane gets
Jane
some,
got a pain,
And what else?
and then
and
Cheetah got a.
now is
Was it Velveeta?
I don't know.
That one was hard to tell, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you could actually tell you that they added at the end, like Tarzan. Now Tarzan has the 10, and
Right.
Jane has the pain.
Good. So you had a good time with that, right?
Yes.
Now we're going to say goodbye and come again another time. And thanks again to Jefferson Silva Choir, Chamber Choir, and Mr. Elvin Porflet, their director, for helping us out, and our wonderful helpers in our studio. Thanks again.